Age of the child. And this best interest factor a lot of the time goes to the child's wishes. And there's this misperception in the world that once a child reaches the age of 12 or 13 or 14, that he or she gets the decision, can make the call about what parent to live with. And in my experience, that's not the case. The age of the child and the wishes of the child are, again, just one factor that the court has to look at. The court has to look at all of the best interest factors. So when thinking about what the child wants, think about, can the child reason? Is he or she old enough to reason? And if so, what is the child saying about what parent he or she wants to live with? And what are the reasons the child is saying that he or she wants to live with one parent or the other? Now, I want to caution you, especially with younger children who are saying, I want to live with mommy, for example. I've had clients come to me and say, yeah, my Timmy is saying that he wants to live with me most of the time. So we go through the court proceeding and an interview is done with the child, and it comes out that Timmy actually wants to live with dad, and my client and I are both surprised. Well, actually it's not surprising, because children love their parents. Children want to please their parents. Children do not want to disappoint their parents. So it's not uncommon for a child to tell each parent what that child thinks the parent wants to hear. So really look at the reasons for the child wanting to live with one parent or the other. As children get older in their teens, they know how to work the system, or they try to work the system, and they know what parent's more lax, what parent is going to allow them a later curfew or is home less. And a lot of times I'm seeing kids who are in their teens wanting to go with that parent. Well, the court is going to see through that. And just because a 16-year-old is now saying he or she wants to live with the parent who's more lax, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's just one of the factors. Now, if a child is telling you that he or she wants to live with you, how is that coming about? Like, are you probing the child? Are you really digging at the child? Or is the child just bringing this up spontaneously? And if the child is saying that he or she wants to live with you, is the child telling somebody else besides you? You may be wondering how a court is going to know what your child wants. You may be asking yourself, is the court going to make my child get up on the stand and testify? And the answer is probably not. I have never seen a judge order a child to go get on the witness stand and testify in front of both parents about what parent he or she wants to live with. That would be stressful, that would be traumatic, that would be putting the child on the spot, and in my opinion, that is most definitely not in the best interest of the child. So if a child has wishes that he or she wants to express, what I've seen people submit as evidence are letters from the child, and not letters that a parent forced the child to write, but just letters that the child wrote and gave to the parent. I've seen sometimes judges interview the child and talk to the child in chambers, not in the courtroom, not in front of a court reporter. What I see most frequently is children being interviewed by a third party, neutral, usually some sort of mental health professional that's appointed by the court. And this professional will talk to the child about what's life like at mom's and what's life like at dad's, and what do you like about mom, what do you like about dad, what do you not like about each of them. And they get this conversation going, and a lot of times if a child in fact does have a preference, then that preference comes out during the interview, which is later put into writing and then given to the court for review. So if you're worried that your child's going to be cross-examined by the other attorney, that's probably not going to happen. When you're thinking about the wishes of your child and the age of your child, what if your child's wish is not honored? Is there a chance that something bad could happen? Is your child threatening that he or she will do something if his wish is not honored? So that is most definitely something to consider, especially with children who are having mental or emotional issues. If they are under the care of a doctor, a mental health doctor, then really work with that doctor in trying to work through this issue and figuring out where the child would best be. If the child's wish is honored, think about how the relationship with the other parent would be affected. So an easy example would be, say the parents live in 2 different states, and the child saying, well, I want to go live with the parent in the other state now. Well, how is it going to affect the relationship with parent number one? How often is parent number one going to get to see the child from now on? And is the child going to come home during summer breaks or come back to parent number one during summer breaks? So these are all things that you need to think about when considering the age of the child and the child's wishes.